All right, buckle up, travel fans, because today we're going behind the curtain uh, into the travel industry.
Ooh, behind the curtain. I like that.
You know it. We've got a stack of resources about becoming a travel agency manager.
Lots of folks dream of that job.
Oh, yeah, who wouldn't want to plan trips for a living? But we're here to dig deeper, Saba.
Absolutely.
So maybe you're thinking about this career, maybe you're prepping for an interview, or hey, maybe you just love travel.
Like us.
Exactly. So let's unpack this. First things first, what does a travel agency manager actually do all day?
It's more than just booking flights and hotels, that's for sure.
Yeah, I bet it's not all sunshine and Maytays.
More like spreadsheets and supplier contracts. Some days, anyway.
Okay, so paint us a picture. What's the reality of this job?
Picture this. You're leading a team, you're designing those incredible vacation packages, and you're even negotiating deals with suppliers.
Okay, so it does involve some glamorous travel perks.
It can, but you're also responsible for staying ahead of the curve with all the latest travel trends.
Oh, so it's not as simple as just knowing the best airlines and hotels. You need to be a trend spotter, too.
Exactly. You've got to have your finger on the pulse of the travel world, knowing what travelers want sometimes, even before they do.
So you're saying it's a mix of creativity, business smarts, and a real passion for the industry.
You hit the nail on the head. It's not just about loving to travel. It's about understanding the business side of things, too.
Okay, so we've got the passion down. But what about the day-to-day grind? What's the work environment really like?
Well, think fast-paced and dynamic. You might be in the office one day, but then jetting off to a conference in Bali the next.
There's that glamour again.
It's not all glitz, though.
Yeah.
Those peak travel seasons can mean long and unpredictable hours.
Yeah, our sources definitely mentioned
It's a demanding career that requires a lot of dedication, so it's not for everyone.
definitely not a 9 to 5 kind of gig. So you're saying it takes a special kind of person to thrive in this role.
Someone who's passionate about travel, organized, and can handle the pressure.
Yeah,
But let's dive into those pros and cons, shall we?
let's do it. Let's start with the good stuff.
Sure.
What are the perks that make those long hours worth it? Okay, so we've established that this job is not for the faint of heart, but what about the upsides? What are the perks that make those long hours worth it?
You know, one thing our sources really emphasized was the feeling of satisfaction you get from helping clients plan those once-in-a-lifetime trips.
Yeah, there's something really special about making those travel dreams a reality.
It's not just about booking a flight. It's about curating an experience, something tailored to their interests and budget.
Right. Like finding that hidden gem of a restaurant or that off the beaten path experience they'd never find on their own.
Exactly. And seeing their faces light up when they come back from a trip you helped plan, that's got to feel pretty rewarding.
Definitely beats any spreadsheet I've ever seen. And speaking of perks, our sources mention some pretty sweet travel discounts and good earning potential.
Yeah, let's just say you might become very familiar with those travel agent perks if you go down this career path.
I'm already sold. But
Yeah.
it's seriously, what kind of earning potential are we talking about here?
Well, it varies depending on experience and location, of course. But the more you know and the more you network, the higher your earning potential.
Makes sense. So it's not just about loving travel, it's about knowing the ins and outs of the industry.
Right. That's where those certifications our sources mentioned come in handy. Things like becoming a certified travel associate or a certified travel counselor.
Ah, yes. Those industry credentials prove you're not just a travel enthusiast, you're a professional.
Exactly. They show potential employers that you're serious about your career and that you've got the knowledge to back it up.
So you're not just booking flights, you're advising clients on the best options based on their needs and budget.
And sometimes you're even playing therapist when those travel plans go awry.
Oh, I bet there are some stories there. But that brings us to another essential skill our sources highlighted: communication.
Communication is key in this role. You're not just dealing with clients, you're dealing with suppliers, airlines, hotels, tour operators, you name it.
So you need to be able to communicate effectively with all sorts of people from all walks of life.
Absolutely. You need to be able to build rapport with clients, understand their needs, and sometimes even diffuse those stressful situations with a calm and collected demeanor.
So you're like a travel therapist, a negotiator, and a problem solver all rolled into one.
You got it. But let's not forget about the most important ingredient, travel knowledge.
Right. You can't be a travel expert without actually being an expert on travel. What kind of knowledge are we talking about?
We're talking everything from visa regulations and currency exchange rates to the best local markets in Marrakech.
Wow, it's like you need to be a walking, talking encyclopedia of travel knowledge.
Pretty much. Clients rely on you to be in the know, especially in today's world where there's so much information available online.
So you're saying it's not enough to just Google best hotels in Paris, you need that insider knowledge that only comes from experience and research.
Exactly. And that's what sets travel agency managers apart. They can cut through the noise and provide clients with curated, personalized recommendations.
So it's about more than just booking a trip. It's about crafting an experience.
Exactly. And that takes a deep understanding of the industry, the destinations, and the client's desires.
It's like being a travel matchmaker. You're finding the perfect match between a traveler and their dream destination.
I like that analogy.
Yeah.
But finding that perfect match requires more than just intuition. You need to know how to market those amazing travel packages.
That's right. Our sources mention that marketing and sales expertise are becoming increasingly important in this field.
Absolutely. It's not enough to just create incredible itineraries.
Yeah.
You need to know how to package and promote them to your target audience.
So you're saying travel agency managers need to be a little bit marketing gurus too?
In a way, yes. They need to know how to use social media, email marketing, and other digital tools to reach potential clients.
And probably how to craft a really compelling travel deal too.
Oh, absolutely. Everyone loves a good deal. But before we get ahead of ourselves, let's talk about how one actually breaks into this industry.
Right. How do you go from dreaming of exotic destinations to managing a team of travel agents? So you're saying there's hope for those of us who haven't booked a round the world trip yet. How do we level up from travel dreamers to travel agency manager?
Well, it's not quite as simple as hopping on a plane, but it does start with getting some experience under your belt.
Our sources mention those entry-level positions like travel agency assistant or coordinator.
Exactly. Those roles give you a taste of the day-to-day operations and help you build those essential skills.
So it's about working your way up, learning the ropes from the ground up.
Right. And as you gain experience, you can start taking on more responsibility, maybe even specialize in a particular type of travel or destination.
Kind of like choosing your character class in a video game.
I like that analogy. And just like in those games, leveling up often requires some extra effort.
Our sources mentioned those industry certifications again, like the Certified Travel Associate or the Certified Travel Counselor.
Those certifications can really give you a competitive edge. They show potential employers that you're committed to professional development.
That they're like badges of honor in the travel world.
Exactly. And they can also boost your earning potential. But let's be honest, getting the job often comes down to that nerve-wracking interview.
Yes, the interview. Our sources were kind enough to give us a sneak peek at some common interview questions.
They're always trying to see if you've got what it takes. One question you're almost guaranteed to get is, what inspired you to pursue a career in travel agency management?
Okay, so this is where you break out those amazing travel stories, right?
Well, passion is important, but it's not enough to just say, I love to travel. You need to go deeper. What are those pivotal travel experiences that ignited your passion for this industry?
So you're saying be specific, be authentic, and show them you're not just in it for the free flights.
Exactly. Now, another question they love to ask is, how do you stay up to date with the latest travel trends?
Oh, okay. That's a tricky one. You can't just say, I scroll through Instagram, can you?
Definitely not. You need to show them you're actively seeking out information, whether it's through industry publications, travel blogs, or attending conferences.
It's about demonstrating that you're a lifelong learner, always eager to expand your knowledge.
Right. And then there are those behavioral questions. The ones that make you think back to those high-pressure situations.
Like, tell me about a time you had to deal with a difficult client, or how did you handle a last-minute itinerary change?
Exactly. These questions are designed to assess your problem-solving skills, your communication style, and your ability to stay calm under pressure.
So it's a good idea to have a few travel mishap stories up your sleeve, but, spin them in a positive light.
Exactly. Highlight what you learned from those experiences and how they made you a better travel professional.
So we've covered a lot of ground in this deep dive, from the day-to-day realities of being a travel agency manager to the skills and knowledge required to succeed.
We've talked about the importance of passion, communication, problem solving, and of course a deep love for all things travel.
But remember, the travel industry is constantly evolving. What's popular today might be old news tomorrow.
So it's up to aspiring travel professionals to stay curious, stay informed, and stay passionate about creating unforgettable experiences for others.
If you're ready to trade in that spreadsheet for a boarding pass and turn your love for travel into a rewarding career, then maybe, just maybe, this is the adventure you've been waiting for.
Safe travels, everyone.